process that you go through following week after that? Is it any different from any other game that you might look at and review?
I think it's a lot of getting back to the fundamentals, making sure we just do great on progression reads, and then on our shots that we're taking, if they're not there, getting off of it quick and getting the ball out. I think it goes back to getting into the playmakers' hands. I talked about that, but now it's time to actually do it. So getting into their hands and let them do the work.
How much detail do you put into breaking down each throw after every game? Like when you do film work?
Very hard on myself. There's spots that I have to miss and or have to hit, and then on throws that I can't miss, can't leave it inside. Mistakes like the one to Jarvis moving to my left. There's one spot for that ball, and it's either out of bounds or in his hands. So there's stuff that I'll be a lot harder on myself. I'm always my biggest critic, but got to make those throws.
It looked like the Chargers figured a way to keep you in the pocket last week. So how do you counter that if other teams try?
If the ball's out of my hands, it doesn't matter if I'm in the pocket or out. Get it in their hands and let them do the work. So I got to do a better job of that.
How do you suppose you navigate this receiver situation right now? So many guys down, plays not being made the last couple of games.
Let them know that we have to have guys making those plays and doing their job. I got to do mine, and it's the next man up mentality. We got guys in here that we've had all the training camp, and then we also have new guys that have played before. So we got to trust in that they're going to be able to play and do their job and just go to work.
How's your ankle?
Good.
After the first slip on the marker, there was another time where you got tangled up in the pocket, and that's when you went through the tent. Is that the second one more hurtful than the first?
No, that's probably just stubbornness to not go to the tent first.
But there wasn't a second.
No, but it wasn't worse than the first time.
So obviously you don't ever use anything as an excuse, and I know they were trying to keep you in the pocket a little bit, but some of you not slipping around like you usually do and escaping and all that kind of stuff, did the ankle have anything to do with it?
No, I don't think so. I think they did a good job of, when they were pushing me up in the pocket, they closed up the lanes to run through. So that's, kudos to them for doing their job. They did it well, but at the same time, if I get the ball out of my hands, none of that really matters.
Last week you talked a lot about your focus being on getting rid of the ball faster. There were some plays on Sunday where you weren't able to do that. Could you maybe just take us through, why in those situations it was tough for you to get rid of the ball?
It just comes down to me not doing my job to the best of my ability. Plain and simple. There's no way around it. I have to be better. To be better for this team and be better for our offense.
So you think you can be just as effective standing in the pocket? Every teammate focuses on not letting you outside of it.
Yep, that's what I did in college. When the play breaks down, I have been blessed with the ability to make plays, but when it comes down to it, I wasn't drafted here to run around and do things with my feet. I'm not fast, so I got to be able to throw from the pocket.
Whatever the identity of the team might be, you're knocked for a loop a little bit by this pass game. What is the identity of the team when you guys kind of have to find yourselves, so to speak?
I wouldn't exactly say that we're, soul searching, but I just think we need to do our job, and all of that will reveal itself. Any loss like that hurts. That's the worst loss I've ever had. So you gotta push forward and just do your job, and you'll find out what this team's made of. It's never about the week before or if you win or lose. It's how you react from it. And so coming off a loss, we'll really see what this team's made of.
Baker, what does it mean to have Tyrod now in kind of a support role for you? And is he still the same guy that you met when you got here?
Absolutely. He's been the same guy every day. That's exactly why this franchise brought him here. They've known what they were going to get out of him, and he's never failed that. So it's awesome to have him there. But he was the same guy when he was starting as well.
He was saying that you're going to have to look at like last week's game with a real hard eye. Is that difficult for you, or is that something that comes naturally?
No, you can always learn from your mistakes. That's something that I do know that, and there's a lot of little details. There's a lot of obvious things in that game, like get the ball out of your hands, don't turn it over. But there's things that you can learn from within timing and getting off of certain reads and why. That's the stuff that veterans like Ty and Drew can help me learn and speed up that process.
Jarvis pointed to a lack of practice time together in the spring and summer. is maybe why you guys haven't connected as much the last couple of weeks. How do you fast forward that process?
I'll just be better for him. Plain and simple. I wasn't the accurate quarterback that they drafted me to be, so I'll fix that, and it doesn't matter. On Jarvis's end, he's doing his job, so I got to do mine.
Baker, what do you see when you look at this Tampa Bay defense?
Got talent. Teams have thrown the ball, so we'll see what we can do. We need to still be able to run the ball and establish that. But it's never about what they're doing. They have a change in coordinators, so we got to be able to adjust. Well, we don't know what's going to happen if they stick with what they've been doing or if they change it up. We just got to be able to do our job and adjust on the fly.
You say that was your.
It wasn't like you guys had a ton of, when you looked out there wasn't a bunch of receivers running free. I mean, it looked like you were holding on to the ball for some very good reasons most of the time. So what are you going to do? I mean, how do you beat that? Is it a game plan thing? I mean, how do you beat that next time if that's going to happen again?
I've always said you can never defend a perfect ball. Even if a guy is covered, if you put it where only he can reach it, kudos to the quarterback for that. So I'll do a good job of that, and then finding my checkdowns. If they're covering people down the field, got to get to the check down, and then if not, throw the ball away or make a play.
What worst loss ever, mathematically or just emotionally, or just? What do you mean by that?
Mathematically, which I think goes hand in hand with emotionally. I just didn't play well. It's plain and simple, no way around it. So it wasn't fun.
And what do you think the effect of them changing coordinators does on your game planning, defensive coordinators?
I think it doesn't matter because coming off a loss like that, we have to do our job better. It doesn't matter who we're playing. If we were, playing a Hall of Fame team or if we were playing a Pop Warner team, we need to do our job better, and that's the the point of emphasis this week.
Can you put your finger on maybe why you had that kind of a game?
Just lack of execution. I think we've been trying to answer those questions. Why it happened. I think we practiced well. I think I was more than enough prepared. Coaches had me ready. It's just on my part. So that's up to me. Nobody else.
It's a little off the subject, but there are like a dozen NFL quarterbacks who played high school football in Texas. Why do you think playing high school in Texas matters in terms of playing quarterback? And is there a common denominator there? You think?
I think it's the competitive nature. How big of a deal football on Friday nights is in Texas. The coaching you get down there, just the atmosphere. At a home game we had at least 10,000 people every Friday, and then that's not even mentioning the neutral site games that we had. So it's the competitive beast that Texas high school football is, and then after that you go through the recruiting, and people just take it serious down there.
Is there much comparison between systems?
Every system's different. I think the most comparable thing is the culture, competitive.
When you talk about finding your checkdowns, is part of it just because you like to throw the ball downfield more, or why do you think you haven't had the success you've wanted to do?
Yeah, we have shots in the game plan, but we have those shots for when they're available. You call them, to try and free up those guys downfield and take advantage of, a defensive call or a mismatch. But if it's not there, you got to get down. So, yeah, that's the nature of me trying to make a big play. So I got to learn from that and, take the easy way out.
Is it tougher to find a check down when there's a bunch of guys in front of you?
If you can't see them, yeah, it's tough. But
I mean, that wasn't the issue, not being able to see guys.
No, it just I got to find a way to get it to them.
You said after the game, you said something about when you're not things aren't going well, you have to adjust in-game adjustments.
Mm-hmm.
Were you referring to yourself or the offense in general?
Myself, because I think if I just do my job, I get the ball out of my hands and I do the things that I've been preaching about, then that takes care of itself. Getting the ball in the playmakers' hands, letting them make plays, that frees up a lot of things. That gives confidence in Coach Haley to call different plays. That gives our offensive line a break on, having to hold up protection a long time, and that also opens up the run game. So, it goes. What it boils down to is me doing my job.
A couple more.
Have you had much of a chance to work with Rashad Harriman yet? And if so, did you like coming yesterday?
Today will be the first day. I've seen a little bit of tape. He stood up today and introduced himself to our offense, so it'll be a fun first day. We'll see what he can do.
And what do you think he brings to the table that you've seen so far?
Speed. Unfortunately, we lost Rod Streeter, and he was a guy that you know, we had for blowing the top off of coverage, being able to stretch the field. So we're hoping we can have that type of a receiver and you know, make some plays with it.
From your experience, what are the key points to trying to win on the road?
Coming together as a team. No matter the circumstance, it's you in somebody else's house, and you got to scrap and claw and do anything you can. It doesn't have to be a blowout. It just needs to be by 1 point. Do whatever it takes to win on the road.
You talked about needing to start faster. Why do you think that's been a struggle?
Me doing my job. Start fast, do my job, get the ball out. Offense gets on a roll, and we build momentum from that.
Who do you talk to? Who do you confide in, or what do you do to try to? You don't have games like this, or you haven't really, like you said. Who do you talk to get yourself back?
Well,
mentally ready?
I'm hard on myself, but it's not, you know, the world's ending mentality. So I revert back to, you know, life lessons for me. It doesn't have to be just about football, but I can rely on these players I have in this locker room. I don't have to do it by myself. It's not about that. I can, you know, rely on them and push them and let them know that I'm going to do my job better, and we're going to make strides forward.